So often in eating disorder recovery, we're talking about what we want to remove from your life. If you're in recovery, we want to remove the stress that's in your brain of constantly thinking about food or thinking about your body. But we also want to remove behaviors like restricting, binging, purging, secretive exercise. We want to remove you negotiating around mealtime. There's so many things that we're trying to remove. And if we only focus on recovery that's removing things, that can be a pretty scary, lonely, hard recovery. So today we want to talk about what we're trying to add to your life. And we want to add positive experiences and build on positive experiences that aren't about food or your body or your urges to engage in behaviors. So Maris is here with me today, and I'm excited to talk about this because I think it's something that comes up in, I don't know, it's in like every self-help column of a magazine of like, here's positive things you can do, like take a warm bath. So they can kind of sound a little hocus pocusy, but it is important. I'd love to hear about how adding positive experiences had benefited you during your recovery and also in your continued recovery.
Yeah, I love what you said about how we often talk about less. And it's true, a big goal of recovery is reclaiming your brain space, right? Because we spend so much time thinking about food and our body. And one of the ways that we can do that is not just, interrupting those thoughts when they come up, but replacing them with other things, or at least giving ourselves other things to focus our energy on. And I think at first I had this idea that it had to be big things. Like I had to have this big, perfect day planned, and I had to always be going places and always had to have a new book I was reading or whatever. And I like that it can be in even smaller increments. So if I have a 5-10 minute gap in my day, I can make a cup of hot cocoa on a random Tuesday in the summer if I want to, or just little things that feel uniquely positive and joyful that I might not otherwise take the time to do. It can be really helpful.
Yeah, it was interesting. I'm someone who struggles with bouts of depression and anxiety, and so once I made a list of when I do these things, I feel better, and I couldn't get over how, in some ways, small or simple some of the things on the list were, like listening to show tunes, like Broadway shows, taking a bath, calling somebody that I'm related to, like my mom or my sister or my dad or my brother. Those little things really contributed to me having a significantly better day. So how do you make sure that you are adding in these positive experiences?
So I'm a Google Calendar person. If it ends up on my Google Calendar, it will happen. And for other people, they might be like, I hate Google Calendar. That's not going to work for me. But whatever it takes to schedule it, to build it into your routine, to build that little reminder, even a reminder on your phone, telling a friend that you're planning on doing it, maybe doing something with a friend. I think anything that builds in that accountability, because you're right, in the moment, it's hard to do the little things that make us feel a little bit more positive, even if we know they will make us feel more positive.
I think there's also so many pleasant activities that involve other people, like going on a walk with a friend or going over to a friend's house, that we feel like we're too busy to do. And especially in the middle of recovery, might feel like there's no time to do those things. So I think it's important to schedule them and make them happen.